Imagine this. You're in your kitchen, your office, or even at school, minding your own business. You're not trying to change the world. You're not aiming to become the next Einstein. You're just living your normal day. And then something completely unexpected happens. Maybe it's a spill, maybe it's a mistake, maybe it's just you forgetting something on the counter. But that tiny accident ends up rewriting history. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up because today we're looking at 10 accidental discoveries that literally changed the course of humanity. And fair warning, after this video, you'll never look at chips, popsicles, or sticky notes the same way again. So go ahead and hit that like button, because while this video isn't exactly an accident, it might just end up being your new favorite piece of trivia. Number 1, penicillin, the mold that saved the world. London, 1928. Alexander Fleming, a brilliant scientist, but let's be honest, not exactly the tidiest man alive. After all, most labs look like something out of a science fiction movie. Shiny, clean, precise. But Fleming's? Let's just say it was closer to a teenager's messy bedroom. He went on vacation and left stacks of petri dishes with bacteria cultures sitting out. When he came back, some had been contaminated by mold. Annoyed, he leaned in closer and froze. Around the mold, the bacteria were gone, dead. The mold was releasing something that killed them. That something was penicillin, the first true antibiotic. It turned deadly infections, things like pneumonia, blood poisoning, or infected wounds, from death sentences to curable illnesses. Historians estimate penicillin has saved over 200 million lives. And all because Fleming wasn't very good at cleaning up after himself. So next time your room's a mess, just tell people, relax, I'm trying to change the world. Number 2, the microwave. From chocolate to pizza nights. It's 1945. An engineer, Percy Spencer, is working with radar equipment. He's testing magnetrons, high-powered tubes that generate microwaves. Suddenly, he notices something weird. The chocolate bar in his pocket has melted into goo. At first, he probably thought, great, I just ruined my lunch. But Percy was curious. He placed some popcorn kernels near the device, and they started popping like crazy. Then he tried an egg, which exploded spectacularly all over the lab. Messy? Absolutely. Groundbreaking? Even more so. That's how the microwave oven was born. Today, it's in more than 90% of American households. From reheating pizza at 2 a.m. in a college dorm to speeding up dinner after a long day at work, all of it goes back to one chocolate bar disaster. Number 3, Post-it notes, a glue that shouldn't have worked. In the late 1960s, chemist Spencer Silver at 3M was on a mission: invent the strongest adhesive ever. What he got was instead the weakest. A glue so pathetic it couldn't hold anything permanently. For years, it sat on a shelf, ignored, until a colleague, Art Fry, had a very practical problem. He kept losing his place in his church hymnal. He thought, what if I use that weak glue on little scraps of paper? And boom, Post-it notes were born. First used in offices, then homes, then basically everywhere. Today, from don't forget milk on the fridge to colorful brainstorming walls at tech startups, Post-its are iconic. All thanks to a glue that technically failed. So sometimes the invention you think is useless just needs the right problem to solve. Number 4, the pacemaker. Wrong resistor, right beat. Wilson Greatbatch was an engineer building a heart rhythm recorder. But instead of grabbing a 10,000 ohm resistor, he accidentally picked up a 1,000 ohm one. When he powered it on, the device didn't record heartbeats. It created its own steady electrical pulses. Most people would have said, well, that didn't work. But Greatbatch realized something. Those pulses could actually replace a failing heartbeat. And so the first implantable pacemaker was born. A mistake in parts became a machine that has literally given millions of people more years to live. Proof that sometimes you don't need perfection. You just need the right kind of oops. Number 5, fireworks. The accidental sky show. The legend goes like this. Around the 9th century in China, a cook mixed common kitchen ingredients, charcoal, sulfur, and saltpeter. Instead of seasoning a stew, he created an explosion. What could have been a kitchen disaster turned into the world's first fireworks. At first, they were used to ward off evil spirits with loud bangs. Later, they became symbols of celebration. Fast forward to today, and fireworks are global. From New Year's Eve in Times Square to the 4th of July to Olympic opening ceremonies. All of that because someone, somewhere, accidentally made dinner a little too explosive. Number 6, potato chips. Salty revenge that took over the world. Saratoga Springs, New York, 1853. A wealthy customer at a fancy restaurant kept sending back his fried potatoes. "They're too thick," he complained, over and over. Finally, the chef George Crumb snapped. He sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them to a crisp, drowned them in salt, and sent them out, basically daring him to complain again. But instead of rejecting them, the customer loved them. And just like that, the potato chip was born. Today, Americans eat billions of bags every year. Barbecue, sour cream and onion, you name it. All thanks to one cranky customer and a chef's sarcastic human sense. Number 7, X-rays, seeing through skin by mistake. It's 1895, and physicist Wilhelm Röntgen is playing around with cathode ray tubes. He notices a nearby fluorescent screen glowing even though it shouldn't be. Curious, he places his hand between the tube and the screen and sees his own bones. The first ever X-ray. He then takes the most famous medical photo of all time, his wife's hand complete with her wedding ring. Her reaction? "I have seen my death." Creepy? Absolutely. Useful? Beyond measure. That accidental glow led to a technology that revolutionized medicine. Broken bones, lung diseases, hidden injuries, all revealed all because of one man's curiosity. Number 8, Velcro. Blame the dog. The year is 1941. Swiss engineer George de Mistral goes hunting with his dog. When they get home, his clothes and his dog's fur are covered in burrs, those annoying little seed pods. Most people would groan and start picking them off. But George, he got curious. Under a microscope, he saw tiny hooks that let the burrs cling to fabric and fur. That observation led to Velcro, one of the most practical inventions of the 20th century. Today, it's everywhere. Sneakers, backpacks, jackets, even astronaut suits on the International Space Station. So the next time you hear that familiar rip sound, think a dog for the assist. Number 9, Coca-Cola. From medicine to mega brand. Atlanta pharmacist John Pemberton is trying to invent a new medicine for headaches and stomach issues. What he ends up with is a syrup. When he mixes it with carbonated water, it doesn't cure much, but it tastes incredible. That accident became Coca-Cola. Today, it's not just a drink, it's a global cultural icon, sold in over 200 countries. So the next time you pop open an ice-cold Coke on a hot summer day, remember, you're basically enjoying what was supposed to be 19th century medicine. Number 10, the popsicle. A kid's frozen mistake. In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson mixed soda powder with water and left it outside overnight with a stick in it. The cold air froze the mixture. The next morning, he pulled it out and licked it, and the popsicle was born. He patented it later, and today, billions of popsicles are enjoyed every summer. So yes, one kid's forgetfulness on a chilly night gave the world a timeless summer tradition. From messy labs to petty chefs, from hunting dogs to forgetful kids, history is filled with happy accidents. Mistakes that became antibiotics, fireworks, snacks, and life-saving machines. And that's the lesson here. Not every mistake is a failure. Sometimes the wrong step opens the right door. So the next time something goes wrong in your life, maybe your project fails, maybe your experiment goes up, maybe you just left something outside overnight, don't panic. You might not cure diseases or invent a billion-dollar snack, but hey, at least you'll have a story worth telling. Or who knows, maybe you'll give the world its next popsicle.